Hey Sagy, last week Windows Autopatch added CVE reporting to boost security visibility. How does this shift the game for teams struggling to know which vulnerabilities are actually affecting their fleet right now?
So this update improves visibility, not vulnerability management. Microsoft is surfacing CV data that already exists, repackaged inside Autopatch, but it stops at reporting and compliance tracking. There's no real prioritization beyond CVSS, no asset context, no remediation intelligence beyond links to KBs. It helps teams see what was patched, not decide what actually matters, or automate minimal fixes. This is incremental hygiene, not a step change in security outcome.
Next up, we're talking about a federal report. Now, look, federal reports don't always make headlines, but a new report by the US government's Accountability Office spotlights what happens after you find vulnerabilities. They found that VA's cybersecurity assessment and response plan mostly met legal requirements. And the GAO, which is the Accountability Office, verified progress on remediation, but they also pointed out gaps in timelines and high risk controls. This is kind of like a real world look at remediation planning versus execution. Can you elaborate a little bit more on what this report actually found?
Sure, it's actually quite simple. This report simply shows compliance. It's not security maturity. VA met the legal requirements and documented the progress, but high-risk vulnerabilities remained open for over a year, despite a 60-day policy. Reporting hundreds of remediated findings sounds positive, right? Yet the most critical issues were neither prioritized nor resolved. The gap here is not assessment quality, but execution, accountability, and timely remediation where it matters the most.
Last week, OpenAI came out and warned of cyber risks posed by new AI models. Sagy, with machine learning helping both attackers and defenders, how should vulnerability teams adapt their playbooks?
This announcement sounds responsible, but it's also a strategic positioning. OpenAI is warning about AI-driven cyber risk while setting up governance structures to conveniently slow down model release velocity. In the middle of the AR arms race, which is, in my opinion, they're losing, risk framing becomes a lever. The message here is less about new threats and more about controlling access, pacing competition, and shaping the rules of the game. In essence, what it is, if you can't beat them, pull them down.
Finally, Microsoft broadened its bug bounty scope to include any vulnerability affecting its services. What does this in-scope by default approach mean for researchers and defenders when it comes to prioritizing and fixing vulnerabilities?
This is a scope expansion, nothing more. It's not a security breakthrough. Microsoft is formalizing responsibility for third-party and open-source flaws it already depends on, shifting discovery costs to researchers. It improves reporting clarity, but it doesn't fix the root issue of dependency sprawl or remediation speed. Paying more bounties doesn't automatically mean faster or better fixes, just better optics around coverage.